Why, oh why, is it starting to pour rain just when I do something like this? Wasn't doing this for the last half an hour. Well, these crazy times. Okay, I just took some yardage of 50-pound braid off of my Azores 8000. And I'm going to put a top shot of probably 50-pound fluorocarbon. Okay, after looking at the stocks that I got, I decided to go with the Fluoro Stretch Soft Steel 40-pound test fluorocarbon. How's it, guys? Scuba Chris here. You know, I fish a lot here in Hawaii, and I tend to enjoy my short casting more than anything else because it's relaxing. Plus, you have a chance to get big fish, small fish, almost anything. It's kind of a mystery what you can get, you know. So this is my basic short casting rig. This consists of a blue Azores 8000. I got probably around 300 yards of 50-pound test braid on it. This is Eminent Braid soft steel brand. I have on this a Cedros 12-foot short casting rod. This is a medium heavy. All right. This is my basic setup. Now, the reason I'm using braid here is because I can get distance. Braid has less air resistance to the air, so you can throw it out further than you could if it was 50-pound mono. So that's why I stick to this. But since I'm in an area where there's a lot of sharp bottom, a lot of coral, braid does have a tendency to cut easier on those jagged surfaces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a top shot of 5 yards on this. And it's not going to be mono. It's going to be this. This is soft steel brand. This is stretchable fluorocarbon. This is 40-pound test, all right? Which means that it will stretch like mono, but not as much as mono. Because normal fluorocarbon does not stretch at all. This here does stretch, not a lot, but it does stretch. It's just enough to give you that edge to hold on to your fish. So I'm going to show you how to do this. It's going to be a Albright because for years, up to 7 years ago, I was using the FG knot, and a friend of mine said, hey, his name is Ken. He works at a local tackle shop. He told me, I'm going to show you how to make a modified knot that will work. So this I call a modified 15.5. Hello guys, I'm back. It's according to my app. I have a really good phone app called Dark Skies, and it tells me in 35 minutes it's going to be a downpour because it's showing the radar of this huge system that's coming in over the channel. So I got 35 minutes to finish up here. So I got my rod off on the side. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to use my 40-pound test fluoro, and the reason I'm doing 40 is because I was thinking 50, but you know, this is only going to be inside. I mean, I'm going to be targeting jacks, bonefish, you know, ladyfish. So we're not talking the biggest fish around, but it's going to help when it comes to contact with the bottom. Now, from the rod here, I'm only going to put out maybe 3 meters worth, all right, roughly 10 feet. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to start with the fluorocarbon. So I'm going to make a U into the fluorocarbon here, like so. Alrighty. Let's position this a little bit better. Okay, I got the U here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start with the braid. Okay, I usually come up from underneath. All right, see that? I'm gonna pinch the braid in the back here. And this knot is gonna be a 15.5. It's gonna be an Albright 15.5. So what I'm gonna do is when I pinch this here, I'm gonna go around 15 times. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. You gotta keep this other line kind of taut. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, generally you want to make the loop a little bit smaller than this, but I'm showing this because it's easier to show up right now. The normal Albrights here, normally you go 4 or 5 across and you go again over, coming back 4 or 5 across the other way. I don't like those because it makes the knot puffy, makes it thicker, so it has a harder time going through the guides. All right, so I prefer this one. This was taught to me by Ken of Charley's Fishing Supply here locally in Hawaii. So you got our 15, right? So what I'm going to do now, right, I'm just going to half hitch it. See that? Just half hitch it like that. There. Oops, let's see. Didn't do it quite good enough. But normally I work on this on the table with the palm of my hands, but I'm trying to hold it up for the camera, which makes it a little bit more difficult. Okay, there, that's a half hitch right there. Okay, and now there's a lot of water here because it's still raining on me right now, so draw this in. This is a basic Albright right here, okay? This line here is going to, this line here is going to the reel. So we have this one here, which is the loose, this one here, which is the loose tag. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to make a big circle, all right? We're gonna make that circle like this, and we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See that? Now I'm going to draw that up like so. So get some of this water that's all around here. That's why I brought my water bottle. I didn't need my water bottle because it poured. But you generally want to keep it wet because you know, when you make knots, that's friction. Okay, you don't want friction. Okay, so we're trying to stay away from that. Okay, that looks good. All right. Now, when I first started doing this, I would tie it to my back of my truck, and I would just go a little bit at a time, and you know, it gave me an impression of how strong this knot truly is. This is a very, very strong knot. This is a modified knot, and you can see, look, that's not that bad. It's not bulbous, you know, so it's not going to be sticking out a lot. So on the monofilament end, I cut it fairly close with about 1/16, like so. Now some people would go overboard and they would hit it with a lighter. Don't do that with this type of knot. The reason why you don't want to do that with this type of knot is that if you hit it with a lighter, it's going to cause a bubble. And what the bubble's going to do is going to hit the guide. And after a while, it's going to keep niching and niching that same part of the guide. And once you etch into the guide, the insert is going to nick up your line. So you really don't want to do that. All right. So, okay, let me cut this end close to. This is the braid end. There. And that's it. Okay, so what I ended up with is I first had an all braid setup. Now I have the top 9 feet all ready to go with the fluorocarbon stretchable leader material. So what's going to happen now is when I toss it out, because in the angle of the line, the the braid itself will not hit the reef. It would be at an angle above the reef, and only that part of the fluorocarbon may or may not be touching the reef. It depends on how steep the angle is and how tight I keep the line. Plus, I'm going to have my three-way swivel attached to that, and after the swivel, I'm going to have my normal length of leader, so it's going to be even more suspended in the water. You don't have to do that, but I want to do that. I start off with the braid backing because the braid backing is going to give me the distance I need because of the smaller diameter line to cast. All right, and the mono or the fluoro will give me the protection from the sharp coral or other objects around. That is why I made it like this. You can do whatever you want. If you're in an all sandy area with just smooth boulders, perfect. Just stick with the all braid. It's up to you, but it depends on the type of habitat you're working in and the species you're targeting. Thanks, guys. Oh, that was a nice hard sprinkle, but I needed some water, so I think I got it.